I'm Dr. Dave Stoop. I'm one of the co-hosts on the New Life Live radio and TV program, and we're talking about the 12 steps. But before we get into the steps themselves, I want to add a little bit more to the history. It was in the 1800s that the Scottish doctor came up with the idea that alcoholism was a disease because it had a progression and it could be fatal. Prior to, and that set everything in a whole new context. Prior to that, the only treatment available to the alcoholic was to spend the night in the local jail and sleep off the effects of it, because it was considered a moral problem that had to be dealt with by the church. It was a sin, and once somebody confessed their sin, they were free from it. I believed that as a young pastor, and I remember a family that came, and he came to the altar and gave his life to the Lord. He was an alcoholic, and it worked for a while. He was clean and sober for a while, and then they disappeared. They stopped coming to our church, and I followed up on them after a bit and found out that he had relapsed and now had been going to AA and was having a great successful recovery. And that triggered all kinds of wonder in my mind, see. But when Dr. Trotter said it was a disease, that meant instead of the church being responsible, instead of it being a moral problem, it was now the responsibility of the medical community. And the medical community didn't know what to do with it either. And so the treatment continued to spend the night in the local jail and sleep it off, and then hopefully somebody would get to him and that. And that all changed when Dr. Bob and Bill W. Started the Alcoholics Anonymous program that has become worldwide now and is available to people everywhere. No one lives in a place that doesn't have an AA meeting or an Al-Anon meeting, probably. And you don't have to be afraid, because they have biblical roots, and we're going to take the steps and look at them and talk about their biblical roots. I organized the steps into 3 commitments. Steps 1, 2, and 3 are a commitment to know Jesus. That's the way Dr. Bob would have said it, and that's the way Steve and I say it, and what we talk about it in the Life Recovery Bible. The second commitment is a commitment to know myself, and that's steps 4, 5, 6, and 7, where I do a fearless inventory. And then the third commitment is a commitment to make things right with others, and that's step 8 and 9. And it's interesting, 10, 11, and 12 kind of review the first 3 commitments. We'll talk more about that. If you need help, call us at 1-800-NEW-LIFE.